Hello and welcome to another Gradu8 video. Today we're going to have a look at solving equations part 2. So if you haven't done already, before you have a go at this video, I recommend going back and having a look at part 1. That's all to do with one-step equations and it will set you up perfectly for these questions here today. Have a go at the 8 questions, pause the video, and when you're ready, unpause it and we'll go through some solutions. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at these questions now, so what we're going to do is go through some answers. So these are all two-step equations, okay, so that essentially means that there are two things happening to them before they get an answer. Now we want to find x each time, so we're going to continue what we did in our last video, which is exploring what we do with the inverse operations. So I want to get x on its own, so what I'm going to start to do then is I'm going to get rid of this 9, so the inverse of that is going to be take away 9, and I'm going to do that to both sides. When I do that to both sides, all it's going to leave me with over this side is 4x equals, and then I'm going to do 23 take away 9, which is going to give me 14. So 4x is 14. So how do I undo a 4x? I'll divide by 4, okay, and that gives me x, and then do the same to this side, divide by 4. 14 divided by 4 is 3.5. Okay, so look how I did that. Sort of stage 1 was here, undoing this add 9, then I undid the 4x and I got my answer really simply. So if we do exactly the same steps for this question then, this time we're going to take away 3 from both sides. So take away 3 and take away 3. That leaves me with 2x equals 12, take away 3 is 9. Now you've probably spotted the answer already, but I'm going to go through the steps anyway. So divided by 2, divide by 2, so x equals 4.5. Again, with all of these, you can check them by just whacking them back into these equations up here. And if the answer is 12, then you know it's going to work. Okay, so this one, remember, we want x on its own. So it doesn't matter that it's the other way around. I'm going to get rid of 5. So take away 5, take away 5. It's going to give me 15 equals 3x. And you should already be thinking, how do I undo a 3x? Well, I divide by 3, which means I'm going to divide by 3 on this side as well. So that's going to give me 5 equals x. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. Moving down here then, add 3. I'm going to take away 3 from both sides, so take away 3. So this time you've got 8x, okay, equals 20. So again, it's just following those steps and making sure that as we go through it, we know exactly what we're doing every single time. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to do that 20 now. We're going to do 20 and we're going to divide it by 8, okay, which is really, really simple and just gives us 2.5. So x equals 2.5. Again, check it. 8 times 2.5 is 20, add 3 is 23. This question here then, we've got a minus 3. So how do we undo a minus 3? Well, we add 3. We add, oh, that's all gone wrong. We add 3, which is going to add 3 to this side. It's going to give us 41. So then we've got 7x equals 41. How do we undo that? Okay, so again, thinking about what we did last time, and we're going to divide it by 7. Now, when you divide this one by 7, you end up with a really, really horrible decimal. So just to show you, if you divide by 7 and you divide by 7, okay, you're going to get x on this side, and over on this side, rather horrendously, you're going to get 5.8. And then if I round it to 2 decimal places, it's 8.6. So what you can do, and I'll just maybe do this over here, if it's going to come out like a really horrible number, you're going to have the stage of your workings, which is x equals, and then you've got 41 over 7. Okay, when you've got it like that, and you can see that it's a really, really horrible one, okay, there's a good chance that will be accepted, but I would just lay it out on a bus stop and try and work it out. Like, if you're not sure on division, just go back to the earlier videos rather, and just make sure you work through those. So if we move down here then, we've got minus 5, so you're going to add 5. So add 5 to this side as well. It's going to give you 18, and then you've got 9x equals 18. We'll divide them both by 9. You're going to have x equals 2. Okay, so moving along then, onto this question here. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides in order to cancel out that minus 2 out. So I'll add 2 here and add 2 over here. It's going to give us 20 equals 4x. So 20 equals 4x. Well, how do I undo 4x? I divide by 4, and I divide by 4. Okay, so you're going to have on this side 5 equals x. And again, if you need to, you can just go back through, substitute it into the equation, and check if you got your answer right. Last one then. So minus 1, you're going to change it to add 1. Add 1 here as well. You get 49. And then you've got 7x equals 49. So divide by 7. Divide by 7. So you get x equals 7. Okay guys, if you're unsure about any of the steps and stages for this video, I recommend you go back through and have a look. What I will say is I really don't expect a question like this to come up. It's a really, really horrible one. I wouldn't expect them to do that. They're not trying to test your division on these kind of questions. They're trying to test your ability to solve two-step equations. Make sure you check out the other videos in our Gradu8 series, and thanks for watching.